What is going on, y'all? We are out here today on this 2024 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy. Y'all know this is an iconic bike. Arnold Schwarzenegger rode it, and I'm riding it too. Okay, so let's do a real quick spec check before we get on the road. This bike, this year for 2024, comes in billiard gray, red rock, vivid black, and shark skin blue. This is, of course, the billiard gray version. This is the standard color for this motorcycle. This bike's going to give you a relaxed riding position. You got the floorboards, you've got the wider seat, and you're going to be sitting at a completely upright, almost 90-degree angle. So it's extremely comfortable. This 114 Milwaukee 8 motor is going to give you 119 foot-pounds of torque, which is plenty to get this bike moving. You're going to get 47 miles to the gallon out of this tank. You're going to get 7-spoke floating rotors. You got one up front on this side, and then on the rear, you've got your brakes and your rotor right here. ABS is included with this model, as well as cruise control. And as far as for styling, I like the style of the Fat Boy. I think it's a very iconic and unique style. You've got that fat 240 rear tire, as well as the fatter 160 front tire. You've got these almost solid wheels with the slots in them. I feel like they put the slots in there to help with that wind when you used to hit from the side. It used to make the bike ride a little bit funny. A lot of people say it didn't. I've ridden one with the slots and without. The slots do help. Facts. You've got a monotube suspension in the rear that's adjustable right here. You got these floorboards, which you can adjust your feet on. I don't know if you have like a size 14-inch foot, how much adjustability you're gonna get, but you got something. Now I want to know from y'all, what do y'all think about the billiard gray on the Fat Boy? In my opinion, it is a lot of silver color contrast with this. I would have liked to see a little bit more black accents on it, such as maybe some black on the wheels, or maybe inlay this part right here in black just to make it pop a little bit more, give it a little bit more contrast. But overall, it's not a bad look. There's no metallic flake in the billiard gray. Billiard is basically just almost like a flat gray, and then they just spray it with a clear coat that doesn't have any flake in it. That's why you got billiard like pool balls. All right, let's mount up. All right, so when you hit your run switch, which is located right there, you're greeted to this analog display. As you can see, you got an analog speedo, and you got all of your digital information located right here. You change it by hitting this cycle button. It's on miles. This bike has 8 miles on it because I just rode it over here. It did have 3. You get your trip A, your trip B. You got your remaining mileage to this tank of gas. You've got a clock, which it says is 350. Then you got a digital RPM gauge as well. You got all your indicator lights put in here. As I can see, the ABS light is flashing, your neutral, your check engine, and your oil light. You've got your cruise control option located right here. You got your left turn signal, your right turn signal, and your hazards right there. The fit and finish of the bike is solid. Harley always has a good finish on their motorcycles. You got your standard levers here, which aren't too hard to pull. They're about average. And you got these adjustable mirrors that do let you see quite a bit out of the rear. I'm not a fan of the look of these mirrors, but they're extremely functional. Let's get it cranked up. So the cool part about the Milwaukee 8 is it does at least give you a little rumble when you're cranking it up. Even with the stock exhaust, it doesn't sound like a straight up scooter. So let's show you some of these slow speed maneuvers. For some reason, these bikes with the fatter tires are a lot easier to maneuver at slow speeds. As you can see here, we're barely moving. You can go around in a circle, no problem whatsoever. It handles really well. Let's say you want to go the other way. You're going to get a 25.6 degree lean angle on both sides. So no matter which way you're moving on the bike, you got the same lean angle, which is nice. And we are going to go ahead and hit the road. because it's extremely cold. This is going to be a shorter ride because I'm not trying to freeze. But I did say that I would bring you reviews on every 2024 model this year. So I'm going to try to hold true to that commitment. Where can I get out of here? That doesn't look like a way out. That sidewalk. We're going to go over here. All right, let's hope that the fence is not closed. We are good to go. All right, we're gonna just go straight down, hit a couple back roads, and head back over to the dealership. Oh my God, my ear is itching. I hate when you got a helmet on and your ear itches. There's no way to get to it except for pulling over. They should create like a button you press and it automatically will like scratch your ear for you. That's an invention. Should I make it? I don't know how. 6 feet tall, 230 pounds, working on getting that down a little bit, working on getting it down. Seating position is extremely comfortable. It is a relaxed seating position. My legs are at a 90-degree angle. I am sitting completely upright. The handlebars are like right in between my chest and my belly. Perfect height. For some bikes, I like my bars a little bit taller, but on this bike, I feel like this is the right placement for the bars. So let's see what we got. We got 119 foot-pounds of torque coming out of this motorcycle. Let's see what 119 foot-pounds of torque will do when you roll on throttle. Oh yeah! Woo! It definitely it accelerates. That fat tire grips the road, it sticks, and it's like, let's go, baby, let's go. So you're gonna get plenty of performance coming out of a fat boy. A lot of people are afraid of these fat tires when it comes to cornering. It's not that bad. You just gotta be comfortable leaning it over. It feels a little bit different, but it's not like unmanageable. Now, is this going to be something you want to take up to the canyons and get to carving some roads with? No, it's not built for that. It's a muscle cruiser. It's built for going in a straight line. It's built for looking beefy, mean, and aggressive, and it's just a nice looking motorcycle that you cruise on. Some bikes are better for canyon carving than others, but as you can see, we're going down a couple twists here and there, and it's handling it perfectly fine. Let's see here. Got another little curve, little minor curve right here. And she's going. Now, I'm not taking the curve too fast because it is quite cold out here today. These are new tires on here. I doubt they got up to temp to be grippy as they should be. So we're going to take it easy. Easy, I see. But the bike handles extremely well. You're going to get that good ride. It's comfortable. Your front suspension has that performance that's providing you ample dampening, so you're not feeling a lot of vibrations from the road through the bars and making it to your hands, so you're not getting all of that feedback that you wouldn't want when you're out there cruising. You don't want to feel like, you don't want that. I mean, some people might, but not me. I don't. I like to feel the road a little bit. I like to, you know, like cop a feel, get a little feel on, but I don't want to feel every freaking thing that's going on the road. I don't want to feel that. All right, let's see how she handles on a U-turn. Yeah, there we go. There are bikes that will turn on a dime a lot easier than this, but again, you've got like a tire on the front that's almost the size of some motorcycles' rear tire, and you got that big old juicy booty in the back, so it's not going to turn it's not going to be as maneuverable as some other bikes, but it is definitely able to handle your daily ride, and you can ride this baby. What do y'all think of the styling of this motorcycle? I love it. I like the older fat boys as well, but I like the styling of this one a little bit better, but I like the way the older ones ride better. I mean, it's called the fat boy. It needs a fat stance. All right, so we're in this same curve again. As you can see, it handles the curves perfectly. How many of y'all have ridden a fat boy or own a fat boy? Like this year, I'm going to do where I would say on a scale of like 1 to 10, how likely I would be to want to own one of these motorcycles and put it in my garage based off of my riding style, how I ride, and the functionality and usability of the motorcycle. And when it comes to this one, how likely would I put this in my garage if I was able to do so? I'd say it's right around a 6. And the reason for that is I ride a little bit more aggressive. Now, the Fat Boy can take off. It can take off. It can keep up with the best of them. And it does great in a straight line. But when it comes to the curves, it's not one of the best motorcycles for when you're going around curves. It does handle the curves fine, but it doesn't excel in that area, which when you ride aggressively, sometimes you're going to come into curves and you're going to be flicking it around here and there, and you're going to need to be able to get out of tight situations. This bike maneuvers a little bit slower than some of the other bikes, but I do love the styling of it. I absolutely love the styling of the Fat Boy. I always have. I think it's a great looking motorcycle, and it's extremely comfortable. I am 100% comfortable on here, besides the cold hitting my chest because there's no wind protection. But I don't know how this would look with wind protection. I think it'd be pretty ugly. Listen to that. Milwaukee 8. Y'all see it? It will move. This bike will move, but I don't want to go too fast because it's cold as hell out here. So the faster I go, the colder I get. And I'm down to make these videos for y'all. I'm about getting out here and riding these bikes, but I ain't about freezing for y'all. I hope y'all about hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell notification, especially with us coming this close to Harley-Davidson's reveals. And I'm gonna bring y'all all of them. So you want to hit that bell notification so that way you know when I drop a new video. You want to subscribe to the channel now, not later, not after you watch another one. Subscribe, then go watch some more videos if you want to. It's a little wet right here. But make sure if you're in this area to come by and check out Speedway Harley-Davidson. I mean, look at that inventory, baby. Look at it. That's just pre-owned. There's a ton. There's a full showroom full of brand new bikes in there. We got 2024s, they got 2023s, everything you can imagine. But I will see y'all in that next one. Make sure you stay safe and get out there and ride these bikes, baby. Love y'all. Deuces. Cold as fuck. It's cold, man. It's cold.